Hey buddies, what's up? And welcome back to another amazing episode of Luxury Bearcat. So guys, in this amazing episode, we are going to discuss the 8 most expensive palaces in the world. Are you guys excited? So let's get started. So keep up with me till the end. Comment right below this video, subscribe if you still haven't, and turn on the post notification for more videos. Palaces have been the patron of power, wealth, and labor for centuries and represent the cultural and social representation of the age they were built. The earlier known palaces date back to Egypt and Babylon, where Persian palaces were constructed. While the symmetry designs changed over the years, each building was made with expensive materials and intricate work that stood the test of time. While most of the palaces were residences used by the royal families, the world has moved away from the monarchy system, and most of these buildings have become museums or heritage sites. From Buckingham Palace in London, which remains the official and royal residences of the Queen of England, to the Forbidden City complex in Beijing, which has become its biggest tourist attraction spot, each palace on the list serves a varied purpose. Let's take a look at the most expensive palaces in the world. Number 8. Dolmabahce Palace, Istanbul. $1.5 billion. Dolmabahce Palace is the largest monoblock palace in Turkey, which started construction in 1843 under Sultan Abdülhamit. The castle was built to cover the financial decline of the Ottoman Empire. Covered in gold and crystal, Dolmabahce has 285 rooms, 68 toilets, 6 hammams, and 44 halls. Number 7. Istana Nurul Iman Palace, Brunei. $3.9 billion. The largest living resident of a state head, the Istana Nurul Iman Palace resides on the banks of the Brunei River, and construction was completed the year Brunei gained independence from Britain in 1984. According to Istana Nurul Iman, the palace was designed by Leonardo V. Loxin and cost $1 billion at the time of construction. The 20,000 square meters of space has 1,788 premises, 250 bathrooms, and 5 swimming pools. Number 6. Winter Palace, Russia. $6.4 to $4 billion. The most famous building in St. Petersburg, the Winter Palace, was the first imperial residence for Peter the Great. His descendant commissioned Francesco Bartolomeo Restelli to redesign the castle, which underwent several transformations in the next few decades. In 1917, it became a state heritage museum, and some parts are open for viewing. Number 5. Buckingham Palace, $7.2 billion. King George VI converted Buckingham House into a palace in the 1820s, and it has since served as the royal residence and administrative HQ of the monarch. With over 775 rooms, it features 52 royal and guest bedrooms and 92 offices. The palace sees more than 50,000 visitors yearly and has been the venue of political and social receptions. Number 4. Tokyo Imperial Palace, Japan. $12.25 billion. Located on the remains of Edo Castle, the Tokyo Imperial Palace finished construction in 1888 and was destroyed during the Second World War, but later built in a similar style. Unlike the Forbidden City, the Imperial Palace is not open to visitors except on January 2 for the New Year's greeting and on February 23, the Emperor's birthday. Number 3. Louvre Palace, France. $45.5 billion. In 1546, the Parisian Old Castle was torn down under Francis I to construct the Louvre Palace by Pierre Lescot. While the king only made a small portion of the Louvre as seen today, significant additions were made in the 17th century by future monarchs, as stated by Britannica. After Louis XV moved into the Residences and Versailles in 1682, the palace ceased to be a royal residence and was converted into a museum in the next decade. Number 2. Palace of Versailles, France. $50.7 billion. The epitome of luxury, the Palace of Versailles is one of the most luxurious palaces in the world that first served as a hunting lodge for Louis VI before the successor designed the palace, proclaiming himself as the Sun King. With over 350 living units, the castle has a Baroque and Rococo architecture and features expansive gardens and sculptures. Number 1. Forbidden City Complex, China. $69.66 billion. 3 times larger than the Louvre, the Forbidden City complex in Beijing is one of the best preserved wood structures in the world. As mentioned by CNN, after Zhu Di established Beijing as the capital of China, he built the Forbidden City. Over 1 million workers and 100,000 craftsmen worked over 14 years to complete the structure. Home to over 24 emperors, the Forbidden City reportedly has 9,999.5 rooms, as the Chinese believe that the God of Heaven has 10,000 rooms. The notable palaces include the Neuschwanstein Palace, Ahmed Bawan Palace, and Chateau de Jambord. Most palaces on the list have served as royal residences before becoming heritage sites that have gained much tradition. Made once for the emperors, these buildings see consistent footfall every year and generate millions in revenue. So guys, this was all about today's video. Share as much as you can. It really motivates us to create more content for you guys. With this, we end our video. Hope you'll like the video.